Hello, my name is Ndongo Kahehu of CAP Youth Empowerment Institute, or you can call us CAP. This is the third of our video talks on introduction to life skills. In our last talk, we spoke about those life skills that are very important if you want to become employed, if you want to get a job, and if you want to do well in the job. And I told you about the research that we did in 2019, where we spoke to very many employers in this country, in Kenya, and asked them to tell us what are the most valuable life skills, what are the skills that they would wish that all the people they employed have, either before they were employed or they can acquire when they're employed. And out of that research, we came up with 5 very, very important life skills that you need to have if you are hoping to become successful as an employee, also to become hired by an employer, because that's what employers are likely going to be looking for. And these are communication, integrity, discipline, teamwork, and leadership, in that order. That's what employers in Kenya told us. Now today I would like us to speak about life skills that are important if you want to become self-employed. Let's say you don't want a job, or you have a job you don't like very much, so you want to start a business and you want your business to grow so that it employs you and employs other people, so that it makes you a lot of money. Of course, nobody starts a business without wanting to make a lot of money. What are the life skills that will serve you very well if you want to do that? First, I want to point out that the employment life skills, communication, integrity, discipline, teamwork, and leadership are important even when you want to start your own business, even when you don't want to become an employee. They are important, they are useful, they will serve you throughout life. Remember, we talked about life skills as not just things that you learn, but things that you become, behaviors that serve you in many, many different sectors of life. So they are important. However, KPA has been supporting young people to learn skills and translate them into small businesses and to grow those businesses for the last 9 years. And based on the experience of helping thousands of young people in Kenya and elsewhere, we have come to identify some skills that we think are absolutely essential if somebody wants to embark on a business journey and succeed on that journey. The most important of these is problem solving. Problem solving is an important life skill in life anyway, but it is absolutely important in business. Why? Because businesses exist to solve problems. Businesses grow because they solve problems. Think about it. Can you think of any business that exists that does not solve a problem? The very, very beginning of a business idea is, what problem can I solve? And therefore you create a business around solving that problem. To do that, you must be the kind of person who is always interested in figuring out solutions to problems. In tinkering even, that you see something being done, but you would want to try and do it a little better. Or in thinking of how you can create an organization around solving a problem. That organization is essentially what we are calling a business. So problem solving is the most important life skill that you probably can have if you want to become a successful business owner one day. The other one is resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover when you face a problem. In business, on that business journey, you're going to face many barriers, many problems. You will fail many, many times. Resilience is what you do the day after your biggest failure. Do you stop? Do you give up? Do you throw your arms in the air and walk away? If you do that, you're not likely to become very successful in business. You need to cultivate the ability to recover quickly, to learn from mistakes, and also to learn from failures. And instead of sitting and beating yourself or pointing fingers and blaming someone else, quickly recover from it and go back to what it is that you were doing before you failed and try to do it better. The third one is learning. Learning to learn especially. The business journey is a learning journey. When you start a business and you want to grow it, it means you will be learning every day. You never stop learning. You always try to improve. Why? Think about it. You start a business today and you're successful. What will happen tomorrow? Other people will copy your idea. So what will happen if you don't learn? They'll find you exactly where you are when you started, and maybe they will do your business idea better. They'll make it a better business idea, and you lose. The way you overcome that challenge is to make sure that you are always one step ahead of any competition. How? By learning. You learn every day. Make it a habit to learn a new thing every day, and you'll do very well if you want to become a business person. And the last one is something that I've already mentioned, which is communication. Once again, remember that communication that you require if you want to become a good employee, because that's what employers are looking for. Guess what? You need to have the same life skill. You need to cultivate the same life skill if you want to become a business owner. You will need to be communicating all the time, many different audiences. One of the biggest communication requirements for business is selling. A business, I'm assuming, you'll be creating a product or a service. And if you want your business to grow, you need to convince somebody to pay for that product or a service. We call it selling, salesmanship, or saleswomanship. But in life skills language, it is simply communication. The ability to talk to people, the ability to give feedback, receive feedback, if you remember, the ability to speak in public, the ability to go out and seek new people and convince them to buy into your business idea or to buy your service simply. I want to finish this talk by reminding you something. Life skills are not just things you learn. They're important that you learn, yes. They're things you also become. They are behaviors that you cultivate. They are attitudes that you cultivate that serve you throughout life, not just when you are employed or not just when you are earning a living. This is especially important in business because there are also negative behaviors and attitudes that you need to get rid of if you want to become successful in business. Still has to do with life skills, except that these are negative skills that you have already that you need to change if you want to become successful. Now, I want to talk about just a few of them, 4 of them in fact. One of the worst things one of the things that you probably need to figure out if you want to become successful in business is your relationship with money. Remember, we said nobody wants to start a business, they don't want it to grow. Businesses will grow when they make lots of money, obviously, but also when they serve a lot of people or when you open many branches. That's how it grows. But money is still important. Your relationship with money is absolutely essential that you make sure you have a positive relationship with money. If you're the kind of person who believes that money is the root of all evil, or that no honest people can make money, or that all rich people are corrupt, then you are likely to struggle in your business because it means that you will always see money as evil instead of good. In fact, money is neither evil nor good. Money is neutral. Money is an agreement. We have agreed that a piece of paper with 1,000 shilling note written on it is money, and it is equivalent to the goods or services you can buy with it. It's not the root of evil. People are the root of evil. As it happens, sometimes they will use money to perpetrate evil, but you can also find lots of people who use money to do good, to do a lot of good. And if you start a business, I hope you will use money and you will use the power of that business to do good. You can't do that if you still believe that money is negative. It's not negative, it's not positive, it's what you make it. The other one is what it calls called deferring gratification. It simply means that you want something today. You would like to have something really, really badly today, but you decide to postpone fulfilling that desire with the aim that one day you will be able to fulfill a much, much bigger desire. Deferring gratification is the basic principle behind, for example, investments. Let's say you have that 1,000 shillings today. You can use it to buy something that makes you happy or to buy some food that you like. Or you can decide, I'm going to sacrifice all those things and I'm going to put it in a business that will grow it to one day 100,000 shillings. You imagine that one day 100,000 shillings will buy you all those things you would have bought today. The price you pay is you defer being gratified today. Business is like that. In fact, it's not just deferred gratification, it is sacrifice. Many times business will require you to stop, not even pay yourself a salary, and sometimes to go without things that you would need to have, that you absolutely think you have, or other people believe that they should have today, in the hope that one day you will be able to get more resources, do lots more of it. Deferring gratification is a very, very important life skill that you need to cultivate. And a lot of people don't have it, and that's why they don't do well in business. The other one is getting out of your comfort zone. I think you may have heard about this one. Getting out of your comfort zone simply means doing something that you're afraid of. It needs to be done. You feel the fear. Yes, you're afraid, you are scared to go and do a sales call to a stranger, call a stranger and say, hey, I am producing this product and I would like to speak to you about the possibility that you could buy it. Somebody you've never met. Or go and speak in public to groups of people. You'll feel the fear. What will happen if they boo you out of the place, or shout at you, or you are not able to convince them, or you talk to a stranger and the stranger ignores you? And that is possible, yes. Now, your comfort zone is to not do any of those things. If you maintain that comfort zone, that attitude of always wanting to be safe, it is very unlikely that you'll succeed as a business person. Very, very unlikely. In fact, my advice is try to do something that you are uncomfortable doing at least once every day. At least once every day, or at least once every week. Try to do and make a note of it, that this is something I was afraid of doing, but I did it last week. And then over time, try to think back on the things that you used to be afraid of and see what has happened. The things that you are afraid of today are things you become very competent in tomorrow. You even forget that you are ever afraid. You even forget that you are ever uncomfortable speaking to people who are strange to you, or talking in public, or going out and selling your business. You have to get out of your comfort zone. The last one is learning to give. Business is about giving. Remember, we said the most important skill is solving a problem. Solving a problem. You're giving somebody a solution to a problem. It's about giving, but it's also about you learning to give. It's very important that you cultivate that skill. A lot of people think that people who become very, very rich do so because they are misers, that they don't share their coin with anybody, or that they don't want to give to anyone. Maybe there could be a few of them, but I can tell you that the majority are people who have learned, who have this gift of wanting to always give. In fact, if you talk to a lot of people who are successful in business, they'll tell you, I started with an idea to solve a problem before I even realized that I could build a business that will pay me for solving that problem. Learning to give. One day you realize that in fact the things you get in life depend on the things you give. And it's not just about money. We are not talking only about money. It's about giving your time. It's about giving your feelings, your concern, your compassion to people who need them more than you do, people who are more needed. Learning to give. It's absolutely essential that you cultivate that attitude, that behavior, that life skill if you want to become successful in business. So a quick recap. The absolute essentials for being successful in business: problem solving, resilience, learning to learn, communication, and finally, changing those negative attitudes and behaviors that you may have that could stop you from being successful on the business journey. Good luck if you want to embark on this journey. Thank you very much for listening to me.